All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Chakodash. Double honor to the apostles, the Ezra Millstone, and the Southeast brothers doing this thing in sincerity, in truth, and with charity. Firstly, Yahweh's name, Heavenly Father. Bahasham is in the name, Ba'in, Ha, Sham name. Yahweh Shai's name is the name of the only begotten Son, which means he delivers. All right, as Matthew 1:21 tells us, his name should be Yahweh Shai. He shall save his people. So let you know salvation is for his people only, which is Israel. All right, Yahi Hawashai delivers, saves. And Racha Quadash means Holy Spirit. Literally translated Spirit Holy. Racha Spirit Quadash Holy. And man, I just have a couple articles and like a couple videos just to be on, be on our watch. I want to show these things because it's we coming to the end of this place, man. It's coming to an end, man. The U.S. dollar's going out the window, which is perfect because that means the next step would be put into place, which is the market of beasts. All right, that thing they want to inject in you so you can buy and sell, which is a physical thing according to the scriptures. Sin is not the market of beasts. We all have sinned and fallen short of the glory. No man to be saved. That was the mark. That's madness. It's a physical thing, a charagma, which means action insertion or the cutting in your flesh. Just as the ancients in Rome did, all right? In the ancient world, they would mark themselves to show who they served, who they bowed down to, all right? Whether it was to a slave master or in some parts, which we'll get, Lord willing, was to their gods, man. Their false gods. And that's what's next, man. All right? So a lot of things are being blamed on the oil, which in part is playing a role in price increase. But ultimately, the Feds told us right before this year started that inflation was going to have to kick in this year. All right? Money don't just come out of nowhere. Those are loans. The U.S. dollar getting printed up and made and circulated, those are loans. And that loan must be paid back. And now the interest rate is increasing. Inflation is increasing. I mean, inflation is increasing. And it's affecting everything. And throwing the mix, the oil shit, it's just making it shit go even more haywire and crazier. So I'll play this clip.
And right now, we're seeing a lot of crazy things happen in the world right now, which will ultimately trickle down to, well, the housing market. Even though the Fed hasn't started raising interest rates, and everybody's expecting the Fed to raise interest rates in 2022 again and again and again. And now with everything going on overseas, it is going to affect the housing market too. Now, you might be thinking, how is a war on the other side of the world going to affect our housing market? Let me show you. The cost of housing depends on two different things. It depends on the price of a home, and it also depends on mortgage rates, because not only are you looking at how much the home is going to cost, you also have to look at how much the monthly payment is on that home. And mortgage rates are going to depend on, well, inflation. We've been hearing about how the Fed wants to start raising interest rates in 2022 in order to combat inflation. So rising inflation means we need to raise mortgage rates. Well, this war that's going on overseas is going to increase inflation even more, which means it can affect mortgage rates, which will ultimately affect housing costs, which could also have an effect on housing prices. We've already seen home prices grow at the fastest rates, well, ever. In 2021, home prices grew at the fastest price ever, and into 2022, we've been continuing to see home prices grow very fast. Like we saw home prices grow by about 20% in just the year 2021, and part of the reason for these super high home prices is because people have been able to buy homes with very low mortgage rates. We've been seeing the lowest mortgage rates in the history of time, so people were capitalizing on these low mortgage rates to buy homes, which helped prop up home prices because we also had a low inventory inventory of homes available for sale. But now we're starting to see a shift in the housing market because inflation is finally starting to become a concern for the Federal Reserve Bank, because now they're finally saying that they want to raise interest rates in 2022. Well, in anticipation for the Fed raising interest rates, mortgage rates have already gone up. We've already seen 30-year fixed-rate mortgages go up to around 4%, which is quite a bit higher than what it was just a few months ago. And keep in mind, this growth in mortgage rates that we're seeing is before the Fed has even started to hike interest rates. The reason why we're going to see a significant rise in interest rates in 2022 is because we have so much inflation. We've been seeing this around the country, around the world, where the prices of everything is getting more expensive. And so in order to combat inflation, the Fed has to raise interest rates because that decreases the monetary supply. Inflation is when you have a lot of dollars in circulation, and so to fight inflation, you need to tighten the monetary supply. Now, while I'm pretty certain that...
Right, so simply put, inflation means the value of the dollar goes down, so the price of goods appear to go up. But it's really the money going down. All right, and the interest rate increasing is to combat that, because now it's less borrowing, essentially, is what's being said. Either way, the shit is getting out of control. All right? Inflation is fucking skyrocketing. And they add the interest rate, is going to just mean less money circulating, man. It's not going to stop the inflation, especially considering this war is happening now, man. All right? Or not even a war yet, man. Whatever you want to call it. But the oil prices are going up, which is going to affect the price of goods and the markets and everything else. But before I get to that, not just the price of mortgage going up affects the homeowners, it affects the renters too. All right, because a lot of you rent your place you stay at from somebody who's more than likely paying mortgage. You know. So this is an example. Erica Taylor and her husband are now moved out of their Henrico townhome with their 3 children. Her lease renewal calls for an additional $521 a month starting April. We have to move. We can't afford the new rent, said Taylor. They told us that it's market rate, and that they're actually keeping us below market rate. All right. Taylor isn't alone. In Henrico, the average rent has shot up about $185 a month from 2021. That's a 28% increase, one of the highest in Richmond region. Okay. Nationwide rent is up a staggering 17.6% compared to last year, according to the Apartment List National Rent Report. Landlords and property managers say they're keeping up with the market or what everyone else is charging, according to Patrick McLeod of the Virginia Apartment Management Association. What we're seeing is a function of basic economics of supply and demand. So people can't buy the houses because the fucking mortgage is increasing, because the interest rate is going to increase. And inflation is already fucking increasing. So the mortgage is skyrocketing, and then that's making more people have to rent. And because more people need to rent, that in itself is causing the rent prices to go, because people need to get in there and they'll pay what they need to pay. Then throw in the mix that some of those people who have mortgages on these properties don't have fixed rates. So it's just not looking good, man. It's simply not looking good. It's about to become dog eat dog out here, man. All right? So we see it affecting mortgage. But at the end of the day, the Lord is taking the rich man down, okay? That's what's happening. All right, this US dollar it was never meant to be forever, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna last forever, man. This is Salakia. Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thy eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. And we're watching these riches decay. We're watching the US dollar basically on this last leg. Especially considering the public opinion of the nations towards America is getting worse and worse. And that's what's been upholding the dollar. Other countries have been willing to buy the debt. All right? But now with inflation and these prices going up in America, that affects the world economy. All right? And the world won't be happy with it. The nations are drunken in wine and are mad. All right? Let me get the next part of this done. Yeah. Crown princes of Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi refused to work to bring down oil prices unless Joe Biden backs them in Yemen. Venezuela releases 2 U.S. hostages in the sign of a thawing of relations amid rocketing gas prices. So what's funny is America slapped sanctions on Venezuela. All right, well, it's on their ass, not honoring Maduro to be the ruler of that land. All right, was on them, but now they need them. See, he saw us through. His wisdom is over with. He's fucking himself up, man. He's pissing everybody off. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, was rocking with this man. But then for him not to back him, to show that he's a friend, that he's an ally, and help them out, has come to bite them in the ass. Now they don't want to lower the price for him, man. Then Esau done fucked Venezuela over, and now they got to go back to them and need their help. Because Venezuela got good oil, man. Hey, they shipping to China and Russia, man. Now America need their ass. Hey, this is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. He fucking up. His decision making ain't the best right now. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right, so we're going to see an increase of unemployment and an increase of violence soon, man. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. So these plagues are going to hit, man. These people they're going to be weak. All right, we're going to see that increase of famine, that increase of violence, and ultimately war and thermonuclear destruction, man, with the invasion of our Lord, man. All right, this is James 5:1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. He hath heaped treasure together for the last days. So Esau Edom, all right, his riches, of course they don't even use gold and silver anymore, but their proverbial, which they've been going downhill since then. Although they gained power, The U.S. dollar gained power when it was backed by gold. Once they got rid of the gold standard, all right, it was only a matter of time before that debt caught up to their ass, man. And the nations caught on, they getting fucked over. And now we're seeing that. Their proverbial gold and silver, which is the dollar, is cankered, man. It's rusting over. It's no good. These economists have been talking about the collapse of the dollar for the longest. But Esau always comes with a way, quantum easing, this bailout, all type of madness, man. All right? But at some point, it's going to catch up with them. And it appears we're at that time, man. And that's going to lead to them being burnt with fire. That's going to lead to war. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, man. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. So you guys, basically, your kingdom is up because it's time of judgment, man. Because really, Esau could have, came up with some more bullshit. Keep the dollar afloat. it's all bullshit. It's all based off people's belief in this country. But the Lord is beginning to judge this place. So their wisdom is failing. They got a weak ass president in office. They're making bad decisions with their allies. All right. They making bad. They shooting themselves in the foot, cutting off oil suppliers to their own land, increasing the price of goods in this land. Oh yeah, because this oil thing doesn't just affect the drivers. This affects your everyday life. And that brings us to the next article. Oh, I did have, I'll just quote it, the Jeremiah. It said, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. They all turn to their own lands, man. You got the allies not even wanting to answer their calls and return their calls, man. In Venezuela, they enemies of America at this point, and now they got to go back to them. Funny. I'll just read. Oh, no, it's a video I want to play.
Want a reality check? I'm gonna give you a reality check. $1,052 to fill a semi truck in Tennessee. It is currently, right now, $5.15 a gallon. What the fuck are y'all gonna do next month when your gallon of milk costs $11? Because you hear that? That's the only way you get milk. Reefer units, refrigerator trailers. It ain't like y'all gonna do without. Y'all better wake the fuck up.
Okay, now let's check this out. It's gonna get crazy, man. Like we read, there's gonna be no jobs, and ain't gonna be no point of them, man. It'll be few left, and the grinding shall be low. But it says, generally speaking, hot shot hauling rates are around $1.50 per mile. That's what people are usually getting to run these loads, about $1.50. They say if it's urgent enough, it's $2 per mile, right? And they said more typical is $1 to $1.25 per mile, right? Now the average. Here we go. The average semi truck gets only 6.5 miles per gallon. All right. And that goes down to 3 miles per gallon going uphill. So, let's do the math on that. Let's just use the 515. That's in Tennessee. There are states where the gas is much higher. But let's use Tennessee. Let's just call it $5 a gallon. We'll just use $5 a gallon for diesel right now. If you're only getting 6 miles to that gallon, you just paid $5 for, you're getting $9. 2, 4, 6. You're getting $9 of money. That's how much you're getting paid per gallon for your loads, man. $9 a gallon, of which $5 you just had to put in your tank. That's $4 profit. And that's not really accurate, because remember, uphill, you're getting 3 miles a gallon. And I rounded down the amount you actually putting in the tank. That's $4 a gallon, man. It will no longer be profitable. Then don't forget, you have to upkeep a truck. A truck isn't just gas. There's a maintenance with trucks. There's insurance you got to put on this truck. So your $4 a gallon profit that you will get, we'll call it $3, man. In fact, that's not even. So let me see, 6 miles a gallon. Yeah, we'll call it $3 profit, man. $3 profit. These companies that get these loads and give them to the truckers, they cut, man. So the truckers that's doing the driving ain't gonna be getting no fucking money. Or those companies eventually, the smaller ones gonna go out of business, which means the shelves become empty. And for the companies that can, the manufacturers that can pay the increased amount to not just pay $1.50, $2, the bigger companies, all right, the whole private sector is going to be wiped out, man. But those bigger companies that can afford to pay those truckers, the bigger trucker companies, it's going to have to increase their price because now they got to pay more to get the shit shipped. So prices finna go up all around the board. You're going to have empty shelves, and what's left is going to cost more just because of how much it costs to ship it, plus supply and demand because there's going to be less things available. The prices are finna skyrocket, man. This place is through. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. This is the time to repent, man. Because soon, you motherfuckers are going to be joking about World War III. You're going to be getting drafted to World War III. In fact, World War III is going to be brought to your fucking doorsteps, man. There will be troops on this soil. The Lord said, I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. Babylon will have troops on their soil, man. This is Babylon, America. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. So before you got to return to the Lord before the destruction come, before the nukes come, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, before this collapse come. All right, and the keepers of the house trembling, talking about the economists. You look up the word economist or economy, it means housekeeper, house manager. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. It's gonna be few jobs, man. Every nigga right now is getting their CDL, think they should be booming, driving trucks, finna live it up. Hey, but them $1.50 loads ain't gonna be profitable. There's going to be a lot of companies that go out because of that, man. Go out of business because of that. Have to cut production because of that. And the ones that stick around, those prices are going to increase. Your shelf prices are going to increase. It's going to be empty shelves, and what's left is going to be pricey. And the grinders cease because they are few. That's talking about unemployment. And those that look out of the window be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. It's going to be martial law. It's going to be crazy out here. The love of many shall wax cold because iniquity shall abound. Dog eat dog. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Like he said, you're not going to go without. So people are going to turn up. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Ain't gonna be no, like it says, no vow the violin, that sound of good music out there like that, man. That's gonna stop. That party spirit's gonna stop. The quality of music is already down. You know? But it ain't gonna be fun times and just living it up and enjoying your tunes while drinking your wine, man. No, shit finna slow up. Actually, it's already starting. I was at Trader Joe's earlier, and I forget whatever. I didn't even hear what the lady behind me was asking the worker there for. But he made it clear, the different companies, they having manufacturing issues. They having issues getting shipped. All right, I had it's a wine, it's a liquor store here. It's like a warehouse. It's a franchise called Benny's. And the sommelier there, or the wine manager, called me. He told me the new the champagnes they had in. It's like, come get them while they're here because they ain't coming in like that. He called me personally and told me this, man. And this is the beginning. Now's the time to repent because second Esdras 15 is about to be in full effect. This second Esdras 15, and man, I'm going to start up. Second Esdras 15, 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. That's plain. This is modern day Egypt. Revelation 11 and 8. The Lord ain't going to leave us here. And he's taking this place down systematically as prophesied. All their strongholds are being taken down. Everything they trust in. We're seeing that the world is seeing that democracy is full of shit. With this previous election, the display they put on. All right. Talks of unfair winning, voting problems here and there. Look, they see it's bullshit. All right. The world is starting to see how the U.S. dollar and this debt-based system is bullshit, man. Countries are doing what? Getting their gold reserves up, man. All right, getting rid of those U.S. bonds, man, debt bonds. All right, these other nations have missiles and nuclear ones at that. Not just America. So everything that made America great and revered in the eyes of the world and famous, they starting to see it ain't so good. All right, the nations got rich off America. But with truckers not trucking, imports ain't important no more, right? Let me grab this precept real quick. This is Nahum 3. Man, I'm going to start at 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And we are that prey. The so-called Negroes, like Native Americans. Jeremiah 50:33. They refuse to let us go. The noise of a whip. And it says, woe unto you, man. You're going to get judged for this. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. These are your war vehicles, man. Your tanks, your Humvees, etc. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none in of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. So that's plain. You're going to be fucked up on these streets. You're going to get hit with tanks. You're going to get run over by the tanks, man. You're going to get shot down, run over everything, man. There's going to be so many dead bodies out here. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. You gain control over the world by pushing your wine out there, your whoredoms. They got in bed with you. They got rich off of you. They drink that cup. You know? But you're going to get the destruction for these same things because you taught the world a false way, man. All right? And they're going to get punished with you. And also, they hate you now, man. Because you fucked them over. You tricked them. You deceived them. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. So the world is starting to look at you for the devil that you are, the piece of shit that you are, man. Now I'm going to jump down, though. Verse 12. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater. So this place is ripe. Your strongholds are through. So rap, the US dollar is cankered, okay? It's on his last toe, man. That motherfucker is over with. All right, so back in 2nd Ezra 15 and 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, and punishment the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with the fearful constellation. So you ain't gonna be producing goods anymore. All right, and that's been happening. And the Lord has been setting this famine up, man. That literally has been happening. The Lord destroyed your reserve seeds. He killed millions of cattle with floods. All right, with storms. Damn. The Lord has been destroying this place, man. Woe to the world of them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That spirit of violence is being pushed forth. And we're seeing that happen, man. Across the globe, different nations are having their skirmishes with people in their backyards, man. And that's going to land over here too. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're not, these people are going to be going, these citizens are going to be going against their rulers. Protests, riots. Sounds like what's been happening in the world, man. Soon, the invasions are going to increase, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. The Lord is going to humble you, man. Chaos. Trouble. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Dog eat dog, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right? Your neighbors see you coming home unloading your groceries. They probably come by, say hello, just outside together. You told them, yeah, Costco, they selling what's the word for it? Fuck. The rations. That's not the word I wanted though, but they selling rations in Costco. You get a whole bucket of dry goods. They selling the survivor kits. They see you got your bucketfuls. They see your canned goods. They ready to spoil your goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's going to happen. Like I said, they going to go without. So when those truckers ain't trucking like that, no shelves ain't filled up like that, and what's left is too much for you to afford, people going to grab up arms and go bananas out here, man. Behold, said, and this is getting set up right now, man. Behold, said the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and like Libanus to turn themselves one against another and repay the things they have done to them. So in the midst of all this, man, World War III is going to be happening, man. The stage is going to be set. It's going to be accomplished. So we're going to have famine, destruction, dog eat dog world, invading one another. Then you're going to have World War III, man. So the stage is set. We're at that time, man. It's the perfect storm happening. Everything the Lord prophesied about, the stage is being set. The mark of the beast is coming around. It's coming. It's knocking on the door. It's twisting the doorknob, man. Biden talking about a digital dollar. Looking at the cryptocurrencies, they got to catch up to the race, and China already been playing with the digital yuan. Australia's already basically all digital. These different countries have already went digital, man. What's left? The face of the world to do it. Whatever America does, whatever the West does, the world follows. America put lockdowns in, the world double down on lockdowns and start beating their citizens and locking them up if they were out there maskless without the injectables in them, man. You can't say the real word, man, because they shutting you down talking about some medical misinformation. So it's only soon for that mark to be placed and mandated on the world, man. And chaos and violence and World War III all happens together, man. I'm ended on this. Isaiah 47, the perfect storm. Isaiah 47 and 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So when it pops, it's gonna pop. It is gonna happen it is gonna be quick, man. Just chaos is gonna pop up. It's gonna be fucking reckless, man. Gonna wake up one day and the world is gonna be fucking different. And there's gonna be violence everywhere, man. Because that's how this place goes down. The last violence is those nukes, man. But as we read, there's gonna be violence on every level. Citizen against citizen. Nation against nation. City against city, man. Neighbor against fucking neighbor, man. Thus with violence shall Babylon fall. Man, let me get that. This is Revelation 18 and 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft thee be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a mill shall be heard no more all in thee. It's over with. The Lord is cutting your damn candle off, man. And the light of a candle shall shine no more all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries all nations deceived. So that's how they got deceived, by those merchants, man. The nations got rich off this place. Got in league and got on a fiat debt-based system. Deceived. Yeah, use your money. So you use your money, convert it to dollars, and you make your own personal international deals. Our money is safe. It's backed by gold. Fast forward, no more gold, but don't worry. You can buy your oil with the US dollars. That's the deal. So continue to make the same decisions. Everybody convert your money to dollars when you make your deals. We got you. The dollar is stable. Look how great America is. Nobody can take us down. But the Lord is taking your ass down by his plan. Got you fucking your damn self up, man. Had the nation drinking this fucking wine, man. Your philosophies. That they even put their own damn money and bought your money. Bought your debt. Alright? After your gold reserves went fucking low. Tricked the fuck out of them. But hey, it's time to pay, man. The nations ain't stupid no more, man. They catching on. They not so fucking just weak now. They got nukes too, man. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon earth.